Okay, here we are, guys. We are at the very end of the summer semester. I know that you are ready, and I totally get it. Everybody is ready for a break. So, the only thing that stands between you and a break is your ability to go ahead and get the Unit 3 analysis completed. Once you complete and submit the Unit 3 writing analysis, you're good to go. You are done with the class. So, this video and this assignment has been available to you since midnight on July the 7th. And the deadline is July the 25th before 8 a.m. So technically, you could have this done very quickly and have the remaining weeks in the summer semester to focus your attention elsewhere. I am always a proponent of working ahead. Speaking of working ahead, let me be very clear, as I am here in Moodle and in all of my emails, that late work will not be accepted in session 16. So your writing analysis for Unit 1 and Unit 2 does fall under the late work policy. However, due to deadlines imparted on me by my supervisors, I am not allowed to miss the deadline for final grades. Thus, you are not allowed to submit this particular assignment late, because that will prevent me from grading and submitting final grades on time, which is part of my job. So, I have made this particular session available to you for at least 17 days based upon the calendar, and I feel like that is ample time to get this assignment completed. So, before 8 a.m. on Tuesday, July 25th, you need to make sure that your writing analysis is submitted. Don't wait until the night before to get it done. Don't wait until the morning of to get it done. Because if you have a technology issue, a technical glitch, Wi-Fi is not working, storm rolls through, all the terrible things, you're gonna need to get the assignment submitted regardless. So if you submit early, then you don't have to worry about any of that happening at the nth hour. So that's all I'm going to say about that. There's enough dad talk for you there. Do not wait until it's too late to get this assignment completed and turned in. All right, moving to the Unit 3 writing analysis, we are going to look at the assignment. You know how to do this by now. You're going to make a copy of this assignment, and you are going to have access to type in the answers here. So Unit 3 covers everything that we have reviewed, starting with race and ethnicity, moving all the way through religion since the last writing activity. All right, so you're a pro at this by now. You know how this works. There's a series of videos or things that you need to review, and then you are going to do the writing piece up underneath it that applies to that particular piece of content. So you will first watch this video on racial and ethnic prejudice and discrimination, and then you're going to move down to number 2, and that is going to ask you to take each of the terms that's listed here, define the term, and discuss the term in detail. Okay, so I have a lot of questions about this. Typically is, can my definition of my term be verbatim based upon what was in the video? Yes, that is absolutely fine. If you were copying definitions from a textbook, you would copy verbatim. So those definitions, when you define prejudice, when you define stereotypes, absolutely can be verbatim from the video. However, it also says, and then discuss the term in detail. This can be items of reflection for you. So your personal response to that term, or your personal thoughts once you look at that definition. Have you had experience with that term? Have you viewed incidences that describe that term? Do you have a lot of knowledge or do you not have a lot of knowledge of that particular term? So if I were you, I would do bullets here. I would do a bullet and define that term, and then I would do at least another bullet and discuss that term. That would be what I would say would probably be the bare minimum there. You're going to want to discuss that term in order to obtain all the points there. Moving down, you are going to watch a different video, and that is on the theories about family and marriage. And then you are going to have a reflection for number 4, asking you about the functions of the family and what they should and should not be doing, what kind of roles they play in society. So you'll get all of that information based upon that particular video. Moving down to number 5, when you are watching that video, you are going to, again, take the term, define the term, and discuss the term in detail, okay? So just like the video in number 1 that you did the activity in number 2, this is going to be very similar. So you'll watch the video for number 3, you'll do a little reflection. Again, number 5 is bullet to define, can be verbatim from the video, and then a bullet to discuss, okay? Some of these words you may understand completely, you just may have never heard that definition. Or some of these words you may go, you know what, that is definitely not something that I would ever think about doing. Or you may say, that's interesting, I've never heard of that before. Okay, those are examples of how you can get your discussion started. Moving down to number 6, there's a series of 3 videos. Now, some of these are pretty short, so don't get too concerned because there's 3. But this is really a deep dive into education and the role it plays in society. And we are going to watch these 3 videos and then have a reflection period on the importance of education. One of those videos talks about parental involvement within a child's education and how that really makes a difference in the child's education. And so I love that video, and I always like to see that students can kind of reflect on some of those videos and make plans for their own future, what they plan to do to enhance the education of children that may be in their future. All right, number 8, you are going to kind of do some brainstorming here. So thinking about the education of children that can be improved. It doesn't have to be your child. It could be all children. You're going to address aspects of education that could benefit children via the micro, macro, and super micro level. So we've already reviewed these terms several times. I've got examples listed there. So what are some macro, what are some large scale, widespread, governmental, huge policy-based things that could be implemented or changed that would improve the education of children? All right, same thing with micro. What are some small scale, some local things, some family unit type, community-based things that could be changed to improve the education of a child? Next, super micro. This is individualistic. So what are some things that you as a parent or you as a family member of a school-age child, what could you do to improve the education of a child or of your child? And so those are things. These are going to be bulleted lists that you're going to essentially brainstorm. What are things that can be done to improve the education of children? And then finally, we get into that religion piece. You're going to watch this video on religion and its influence on society. And you are going to go back into your textbook to complete number 10. And you're essentially going to kind of reread that section explaining those particular sociologists and the positions that they held on religion. So some of them had very close relationships to religion, some of them did not. And you're just essentially kind of culminating, summarizing those particular 3 sociologists and how their take on religion was. We are going to do one final analysis of religion. I have those section numbers identified there. You might remember something similar to this in the education chapter for the journal. You'll go back to section 18.2, read that, and then bulleted lists explain, analyze how religion affects our society. So as a reminder, you're not telling me what structural functionalism is. You're just explaining religion through the lens of structural functionalism. This is going to be very difficult if you do not go back into the textbook and read each section before you start your bulleted list. All right, that is all of the Unit 3 writing analysis. Once you are done with that assignment and you get it submitted here in Turnitin, so remember you will have something down here in the bottom right that allows you to submit. You know how to do this by now. Once you get all of that done, then you are going to be done with SOC 210 and you can relax and pat yourself on the back and focus your attention elsewhere. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out to me as soon as possible. I am only an email away, but guys, the clocks are ticking down, and so I need you to reach out to me in advance of the deadline so I can actually help you and help you thoroughly before that final deadline rolls around and those grades are posted. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to hearing from you if you need me.